Going live now, Self Love. Cue the show. We should be live now.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I'm not nice and I don't seek to be respectable. I'm not asking y'all for anything because y'all can't and won't be both my savior and my oppressor. I don't want reform. I want to turn this building into luxury low-cost housing. These will make some really nice apartments to me. Firstly, stop using black children as photo opportunities because they're cute now, but in 10 years they're black male suspect in red shirts and khaki shorts. Eating cookies and drinking milk with children does not absolve you of your complicity in their oppression and denigration, Rick Smith. Because Kansas City will spend more on police than education and then try to encourage children to feast with their oppressors. Y'all are really weird. It's asinine to be called radical or homegrown terrorists for not wanting government employees to kill citizens in any instance. So I'm not here begging anything of soulless white folks and self-preserving black folks. You get one life, and you all in this room have chosen profits over people, and that's pathetic. So I'm going to spend the next 2 minutes reading y'all for a filth, something I'm sure nobody has ever done. Nathan, the gentleman in the vomit-colored men's warehouse suit in desperate need of Bosley and a haircut, a former FBI agent who exudes white privilege and is the epitome of mediocrity, and who loves Trump so much that he hired his former attorney general at his firm. And it's so sweet because he spent most of this meeting looking away with his head in his hands. Or Mark, Pastor Mark of Victorious Life Church on 34th and Paseo, where the mission is to provide a place and opportunity to worship Jesus Christ and preach a message of hope and faith through God's holy word in the building. Meanwhile, he's subjecting black people to terrorism and unchristlike behavior at the hands of KCPD outside the building.
At 7.
And Kathy, Miss, I'll get here before the other commission members, so I look as if I have empathy, and I'm excited to hear what they have to say. Meanwhile, I didn't have anything else to do at 8 o'clock in the morning but be rich and white and retired, so I'm here early. Or Don, owner of Wagner Investments, Blue Notes LLC, and part owner of the Royals, another rich and white and disconnected and out of touch person with nothing but pure apathy seeping through the bulging veins of your paper-colored skin. You age like trash when you're racist and subject others to violence. And David, you don't get a vote, but it'd be a shame if your really progressive students at UMKC Block School of Management knew you were a cop lover in 2020. I don't think they would be a huge fan of that in 2020. In 1960 maybe, but this is 2020. And Q, had I not spent the entirety of the last 6 months dragging you, I would have more to say, but I don't. And Rick, I won't even begin with you because I don't care enough about you to start, but you will have to spend overtime in a chapel at the end of your life. You have blood on your hands, and while these idiots hold you on a pedestal, God does not honor injustice and murder. Anyways, I'll leave you soulless, profit-driven, avaricious, greedy, God-forsaken humans, including anyone who works in this building with one Bible verse from the Bible detailing the life of Jesus Christ, who was another unarmed black man murdered by authorities in the book you hellbound people claim to love so much. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? You're really funny. Kiki.
Hey, that's it for the public comments.
That's it for the public comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. Like, share, subscribe. Rest in peace. Scholar Rock, he's dead.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. You know, it don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant.
ignorant.
So
Hey, but this platform,
Your
your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Hush up. Stop arguing, talking. Get on code.
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Self love, vision. I'm just a kid from Chicago. That's all.
Trying to make a way in the game of life.
Yes, sir.
Trying to make a play.
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Back against the wall. All a brother ever tried to do it fall. Just a kid
We're
from
back.
make a change. Why these haters wanna take me out the game?
I'm just a kid from Chicago.
Stacking on the low.
Oh, I'm just a kid from the south side of the go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, welcome to Chi-Town's very own The Self Love Show, where our motto is on earth as it is in heaven. Also, as above, so below. We can be found exclusively right here on YouTube. This ain't that network. So if you're looking for that everyday media fix, you won't get that here because this ain't that network. Also known as TATN. sir. Southside. TATN. And I'd say within 2 or 3 weeks, Self Love and I, we're going to get this thing on IG. So we're getting caught up to where you guys are. We'll be on IG soon. And then we'll be on FB. So we're just getting warmed up here. And by the way, this is your co-host, 9 Mills, also known as Self Love. We're down, Chi-Town, we're down. Today is Tuesday, February 23, 2021. And happy birthday to my lovely niece, Skylar. Big ups. Congrats, making it around. Go collect your $200. Do some reflection, set goals, and achieve. And we can be any place in this vast universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. Self love. What you manifesting today, brother?
Love, self. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
You know me, man. Love. Nothing but pure, magnanimous love, brother. Gonna make a change.
No doubt.
I'm just a kid from Chicago. Yeah, so, bro, what's been going on, man, in the city today? What's been up on the south side, right? This week or whatever?
Man, deep freeze has receded. And shit, it was 45 degrees a day. Stuff melting and everything. But last night, my neighbor informed me there was something going on with my garage because I haven't been using that thing. I go back there, and it's gonna need some repair.
Wait, so the garage is gonna need repair?
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but it's like a brace piece of wood going across the top, and it's got a gangster lane to it.
That sounds like the what do you call that? The beam, the structural beam.
Well, it's outside of the garage. I'm inside the garage, but it's like it's not the beam per se because it doesn't go all the way across. It's fitting in between two columns.
Okay.
At any rate, I've got to get somebody out here.
I feel that, man. Well, you know, sorry to hear that. Try to find somebody African American to come out there and get you squared away.
No doubt.
You know, recycle that money, man. You know, put your money where your mouth is. Man, I just want to say today, on launching a huge series. Self Love and I have been, having it simmer since beginning of this endeavor that we're on now. And essentially, it's about the murdered or assassinated rappers. The title of this series is 187 Bars. There's a glob of dead hip-hop artists, murdered hip-hop artists, and happen to all be African American. If you dig into itself, it's like going into Pandora's box. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. It's amazing. Very similar stories on just at the peak of breaking through to be superstars. Their music is at the peak of their young life when these tragedies happen, and we like to look at follow the money.
Man, follow the money. So for any b-boys, hip-hop heads, and historians and stuff, we're gonna delve into it. Today we're starting with DJ Scott LaRock. He was the first notable one that everyone knows about. Self Love and I, unfortunately, first off, rest in power and condolences to his family. Yeah, and his son. I know his son, his juniors out there. Self Love and I, we can, but we're not going to cover every murdered rapper. Maybe so. Maybe we won't. But some highlights that we're doing. So today is Scott LaRock. I mean, you're going to hear about the great Biggie Smalls, Tupac. I mean, it goes on and on. Nipsey
Big
Hussle.
L.
Yeah, oh yeah, we got Big L coming up down the line. Oh yeah, Big L's coming up down the line. Big L. And I was off of my timeline. He was murdered after Pac and Biggie.
Yeah.
And that's why it kind of got lost in my memory of history, because it was like,
right,
Pac got murdered, Biggie got murdered, and Big L got murdered too. You know what I mean? It's like, so rest in peace to Big L.
Yeah, that dude was cold.
There's no Jay-Z without Big L. So if there's anybody in the chat, any hip hop heads, any B-boys, anyone with this type of knowledge, let us know. We also, as always, type your location in the chat. Let us know where you are.
Absolutely. And most importantly, like, share, and subscribe. It will help us greatly. We are growing our movement organically, and we need your help. We need you to like, share, as well as tell people, like minds. Let's get them in here so we can get this information and grow the Self Love Nation. Now we got to take care of a little housekeeping, and then we got 2 important videos: Statement of Being and the More Growth and Development platform that we're building this on. Listen to those very closely and intently. They're very important.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child. For said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Love Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations.
Yes, sir.
We demand our silver back.
We want it
2,
all back.
to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless.
Absolutely.
9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Let's get the gap closed. Get them closed. Trife Mac, I guess he goes by Triff these days. Big ups. Man, he came in and was candid, dropped jewels, addressed the questions, answered the questions in a linear fashion, broke everything down. It was as though we sent him the questions and he was prepared.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't
it? Man, I'm sitting there and I don't speak a whole lot, but rarely am I speechless. And there were points where I was just like, hey, well, can't really add anything to that.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, Self, it's like coming out there behind Dr. King or Farrakhan or Malcolm X, and after they come out there and do their thing and they got everybody all lathered up, and it's like, 9 Mills, what have you got to add? And I'm like,
great job.
Man. Hey, man. Hey, yes, that brother, man. And you guys, let's support his endeavors. He's got his fashion line and things like that. So speaking of fashion line, our t-shirts, we're still waiting. We'll have them, and they're on order. I need you guys to know they are on order. So
yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to getting them and sporting them, and then y'all can get them and support us.
All facts. Bro, did you ever see a video went viral about the toddler that woke up at a funeral?
Somebody mentioned that to me, but I don't think I didn't even see it.
Yeah, well, we pulled up a video off YouTube about it for the nation, and so whenever production can cue that up, we got something for yourself.
Welcome back. Oh, this story really shakes you up. So if you're a parent, burying a child is your absolute worst nightmare.
Man.
But over in the Philippines, a true miracle happened to a toddler and her family.
Local 15 web content specialist Taryn Reed is standing by this morning. And Taryn, there's
They be doing voodoo over there in the Philippines.
Yes, there is, Pat. The 3-year-old girl was being prepared for burial when she began to move inside her coffin. A neighbor of the family had opened the girl's coffin to adjust the body when he noticed a slight movement of her head. The girl was apparently pronounced dead 2 days earlier. Video footage posted online shows the ceremony erupting in chaos as a man and woman, identified by the Philippine Star as the girl's parents, pick her up out of the casket and wrap her in blankets. The police inspector told the paper he was not the proper authority to pronounce on a medical case, but did confirm the parents said the girl had, quote, severe fever for days, so they took her to a medical clinic on Friday, where she was pronounced dead early the next morning. After the funeral incident, the little girl was doing well enough to go home after some tests were done. Medical personnel will check on her condition in the coming days to make sure she is improving.
Bro,
you can see this video again on our website. Check out the Around
the joy of the parents, like, bro, you get up and you're going to bury your child and have the funeral. I mean, I would be thinking, like, am I dreaming?
Real talk, because I don't have no words. I don't know.
I mean, that had to be like a roller coaster.
Yeah. Like
and
the worst roller coaster.
And I'm going right to the hospital. I'm punching the doctor who declared, my child dead. I'm punching him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show up to court. And if they bring me to court, I'm going to urinate in the courtroom. If they bring me to court, I urinate while I make them a testimony. So that's how I feel about the farce. If you're going to bring me in court for punching this guy. Secondly, what? So they don't do any embalming and none of that goes on in the Philippines?
Not, because
nothing. They just stick them in a box and
so fast. I mean, I guess so, because it's so fast. I mean, like they said,
it would have to be fast if you're not doing any embalming.
Yeah, and it was like 2 days.
If you're not embalming, it would have to be fast.
You better. You're right. And that's what, because it was like 2 days later. They was like 2 days.
Man. Right, 2 days. So was the baby in a refrigerator for 2 days? Like, what are they doing with these bodies? Because you would think the baby would have been laid in one of those coolers, at least, if you're not going to embalm it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would make sense if they have that. I don't know about what kind of technology they have there as far as that goes.
Well, when I saw it, I was like, it's a lot of holes in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It looks like somebody just wanted a viral story or was an insurance sham. But the baby did look pale.
Oh yeah,
Could have been makeup. Yeah, that baby looked pale. Wasn't moving.
Could have been in the freezer, the refrigerator, like you said. That could have, supposedly aided in
preserving her.
Yeah, and keeping her, beaten at a very, very, very limited low level.
Oh yeah, would have slowed her, her impulses and stuff down. So, big ups to Omni Overseer. I see you out there, bro. The jeweler, and he said that's not the first time someone returned from the dead. The world needs to get ready. And I didn't even look at that approach that the baby could have actually been dead and returned from the dead. 00. That never even crossed my mind. Self Love. I mean, is that possible?
Well, everything's possible out there.
Yeah. They say anything a man can, conceive, a man can achieve.
Facts. Beyond facts.
Man.
Beyond facts.
So you guys share the link. Let's get them in here. Subscribe. And you just subscribe to the channel so we can, build up our platform here. Self Love, but enough of the banter and the appetizers, right?
Come on, man. Feed the Self Love Nation.
All right. Well, we're gonna jump into it. So, for some of you guys who might not know, DJ Scott LaRock, he was the brains and the business and the brawn behind BDP. So, and they were right there at the launch of hip hop, as you guys may or may not know it. So Self Love, we've got the videos here that's going to kind of tell the story. So let's go ahead and get it rolling from the production team whenever you guys are ready.
You guys are out here so late. It's almost like 4 o'clock in the morning now.
It's worth it.
Is it?
Yeah.
How are you gonna get home?
Go home by taxi.
You must have a fair bit of money on you.
No, it only cost me $7.
All this stuff is staged and scripted. Looking back on it now.
What'd you think of the music tonight?
Pardon?
What did you think of the music tonight?
Music? It was good.
Yeah?
She was trying to put him out there. You must have a lot of money in your pocket.
Bismarck is the best. The best.
Yeah, these kids don't look like they're poor. Look at them.
His vinyl stuff at home, so you knew what you were coming for?
Yeah, I got a couple of his records.
Shorty look like Lil Mick.
I didn't know he was this good. I didn't come last year, right? So this year, he really surprised me.
Wait till you see him. Yeah, my wife know him. Well, one of her good friends is good friends with him.
Has a thing, and he has
we could probably get him on the show.
Something that his own personality.
He's been sick though.
Like
Busy.
here with all the battling, it's almost like there's wrestling stars, and like I'm the best, and I'm gonna beat you like this.
Like us, we don't say that we're the best. We just out here to do our God's duty to rock the house.
So battling isn't really something you do all the time.
Look at that devil.
I came up here with the idea to battle. I was really against it, but that's what they wanted to do, so I tried to give them what they wanted. I don't like the battle. There's no need for battle. My records speak for me.
Facts.
When I say something on vinyl, that's the statement I make.
Man.
Take me out on wax.
Facts.
I own my own record company. I'm a young entrepreneur. I possess a degree in management. That's it. I own my own record company. I control my own future, my own destiny.
Wasn't no niggas brothers talking like that back then.
How wide is the distribution you can get for your own record?
On the board, you see I'm here.
Man.
So, see, if your record is pumping, somebody doesn't want to pick it up. Your record is good, they're gonna call for it.
He dropping silence. They wasn't expecting him to say all that stuff.
At all.
He started stopping him. Yeah, I think that's it. So that one, like, we can kind of roll into the next one almost, but before you do that, what do Egyptians say about resurrection? Good question. Good question. So, yeah, any thoughts on that, Self? What Scott LaRock was talking about?
And he's you didn't hear anybody in hip hop talking like that about ownership and all that early. That's amazing. I mean, it was some, it was some already, but but they didn't own their whole thing. Def Jam was already a label. But man,
how they talk about him reminds me of Saint, man, like how y'all used to talk about the Saint. My research, they were talking about like this guy was in college, playing music nobody had ever even heard of. And he always had the new tapes and stuff like that, and he was a DJ and just ahead of his time on that hip hop, and then had that mindset of, wait a minute, I'm educated, I'm just as smart as them. If they can do it, I can do it. Why can't I own publishing? You know what I mean? And yeah, and ended up with a bullet sandwich.
Yeah,
coincidentally.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Coincidentally, but yeah, man. So production, whenever you guys are ready, I think we're gonna go into the next one. What is it, Self? Scott LaRock interview? No. Yeah.
In the Bronx, and I hear all these records about Brooklyn and Queens, and the Sharon saying that rap music started in Queens. I know that's a bunch of bull.
It's an old tape
anyway. So I thought it was time to tell the truth.
So I take it you and Marley Marl and MC Shan won't be having any dinners or anything over at your house or anything?
No, not at all.
So are you going to come out here and do anything?
He's been so rich, so.
The 27th to 28th of this month, March. I'm going to try to go out there and rock.
I'm sure you will. I hope I'll get a chance to see you. I hope you'll be able to stop by the station and maybe say hello to the listeners from the station. Why don't you tell us what's going on in New York? What songs do you like out there right now?
Besides your own, of course. All right. I like a song called You Can't Win by Nas Kim and Hakeem. It's one of the hottest records in New York City right now.
You Can't Win.
I happen just to be the producer of the record.
What else? We haven't gotten that out here yet. But
Eric B has a new one coming out.
Eric B?
It'll be out next week called Soul Man. The record is pumping.
Is it?
That's a hit.
What do you think of some of the sounds that come from L.A.?
I like some of the stuff out there. My favorite rapper from the West Coast has to be Ice-T.
Yeah?
That's my man. He's my partner.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about the Boogie Down production crew. Who's involved in that and how'd that get started?
Well, basically the crew consists of two people, myself and my partner, KRS-One. And we got started about, say, 2.5 years ago. We had made a record with another group called Celebrity 3. It was called Scott LaRock and Celebrity 3. And Chris is one of the rappers in the group. At the time, we cut a record on Zakia Records. Same label Eric is on. It was called Advance. And nothing really happened with the record. The group expanded, but me and Chris stayed together. And we came out with a record last year on Sleeping Bag called Success is the Word by 1241. That was a bunch of BS too. We didn't write or produce a song. Somebody said, hey, why don't you guys lend your voice into this track? And we said, enough of this. We wanted to make our own music and do our own thing. So we started B-Boy Records, do our label, do all the music, do everything. I'm out here to get paid.
Are you? You making some money now?
Yeah. I'm on my way to becoming a mega star.
All right, that's good. They love you out here. We get lots of requests for your record.
Ownership. Yes, sir.
We're going to be playing some more of your stuff. We already played South Bronx, like I said. We're going to be playing Now Word from our sponsor. And The Bridge is Over.
Let me speak a little bit about that record there.
Okay, tell me about it.
Any DJ out there that thinks that my scratching is weak, I'll dish you. The cuts in that record is what my group asked me to do. I myself do not like those cuts. It will be a remix on the album.
On Word from our sponsor?
Right, that's what my group asked me to do. That is not a true, how can I say, a true...
It's not a true example of your talent.
Thank you.
Well, it's funny because I've definitely noticed that a lot of DJs just don't get the juice they deserve from their records, and being a DJ myself, I know it's hard.
These pink people been in there stirring the pot from the beginning, so
when you're limited by the other members of the group and the confinements of
these
the song
dumbass
and
questions. Stirring up beef.
I really don't mind, as long as people understand we're making music. Yeah. Just give rap music the same respect. What other type of music gets.
All right, that sounds really good, man. Scott LaRock, it's been nice talking to you. Once again, you're tuned in to KSPC 88.7 FM in stereo. Got anything you'd like to say in parting?
Yeah, I'm out there on the 27th, 28th. Looking forward to rocking LA, coming by the station and jamming with you guys.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Man. So, all right, we still got the tape going. Why don't you say something like...
That's what's happening.
TR808.
You know,
Nice.
KRS-One.
The poet.
We'll get into that. KRS-One, boy, he interesting character these days. I don't know. I have to do some more research on Scott LaRock Foundation. If he started one, I don't know what's going on. But Ace said, never heard artists talking about owning a record company back in the 80s. No. Not black ones. Any of them. Maybe Prince, right? Maybe Prince and Michael Jackson were starting to get there. But yeah, any of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not artists. Yeah. That's a good point. He had a business degree, so he was a hybrid.
Right. He had that mind for it.
Yeah.
He was setting it up the whole time.
Yeah. The music was in him. Then you're right. And then he had that business acumen. So yeah. So let's see here. It looks like we're doing good on
special loss, special guy that's been lost.
Yeah, you can hear how he expresses himself. When I think he's probably like 25. He might have been a little older because Chris is older. But how old was he when he died?
25.
Wow. Pac was how old?
25 or 26.
25.
25, yeah, 25.
All right, let's see. So, man, if you got nothing else, we could roll on. And you guys like, share, subscribe, please. Let's get them in here. Let's get them.
Share, subscribe. You know how we doing. We building this, y'all. Come on. We need your help.
Man. Facts. We're growing, though. We are growing.
Yes, we are. Thankful to y'all.
Man, close to 300. Self Love and I are going to pop a bottle when we get to 300.
Yeah, and then I got to go get regressed. We got to figure that out. It's coming up, so
facts.
Looking at some flights or one way or the other. Here we go.
DJ Scott LaRock, hip-hop visionary.
He was doing things 15 to 20 years ahead of his time.
Hip-hop is going to go global, it's going to blow up, it's going to explode. I'm going to be in front of that wave that's going to happen.
Dedicated community leader.
All he wanted to do is produce peace for people.
Community leader.
But standing by his friends.
So you get a
wrong place at the wrong time.
Leads him to a dangerous evening.
His kindness was part of his demise.
An unexpected tragedy. Making LaRock the first hip-hop murderer.
Which one is this? Celeb Crime Files? Yeah. Just toggle the mouse. It should show it. No, it won't, huh?
Oh, it's at the top. It was the celebrity. Yep. Oh.
That was the end, huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a little 1-minute video. So you can just let's roll to the next one. We're looking good on time, bro. Real good. The Scott LaRock RIP one should be next, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to be more time conscientious here, but
yeah.
Wait till you see tomorrow's show. Streamlining it.
Okay, it's gonna be a thing of beauty.
Yeah. We always said we're gonna streamline it, and they just keep getting along and more jewels. Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, well, when people dropping jewels, man, we gotta ride.
What can you do?
None of us are promised
Till he
Facts.
returns or calls me home.
Cut down just a little bit.
Here in the power of Christ, I stand.
Appreciate you. That's cool there. Scott LaRock. It's a cold name.
Scott Monroe Sterling was born on March 2nd, 1962 in the Bronx, New York, to Carolyn Monroe.
The foundation.
One of two sons
Cornerstone.
being raised by a single mom in an area at the time where poverty, gangs, drugs, prostitution, and crime ran rampant. Yet somehow, Scott's mom managed to keep him and his brother on a non-violent path of life. One of the ways she kept them?
Sports. Facts.
For Scott was great at basketball. He excelled at it and other academics going to school.
That ain't the Saints, so.
From the Our Savior Lutheran High School in 1980.
Man.
But besides basketball, Scott had another passion: music. For around this time, hip-hop was starting to grow, and he was taken by the turntables. His love for hip-hop music stayed with him, even after he received a full-time athletic scholarship to Castleton State College, located in Vermont. He was captain of the basketball team there. Not only that, he was also DJ for the college's radio station, where it said that Scott was a pioneer for bringing hip-hop music to Castleton. In 1984, Scott graduated with a degree in business. And though he had an opportunity to play D-League basketball in Europe, Scott chose to focus on his music more. So he moved back to New York, where he hoped to start building his music career. But starting out, it was slow, and it wasn't paying the bills. So using her connections, Scott's mom got him a job as a social worker at the Franklin Armory Men's Shelter. And just like he did in college, he worked as a social worker during the day and practiced his music at night, where he DJ'd at the Broadway Repertoire Center. It wouldn't be too long before Scott's music really started to take a turn. For around 1985, while working at the shelter, he met Lawrence Parker, or as we all know him as, KRS-One. At the time, KRS-One was part of a group that called themselves the Celebrity Three, and Scott, who was calling himself DJ Scott LaRock at the time, got them a gig at the Broadway RT where they played. They were a success. So trying to expand from there, Scott LaRock and KRS-One reached out to popular radio DJ at the time, Mr. Magic and Marley Marl, who played for the radio station WBLS 107.5 FM. And of course, they were straight up rejected. Not just for being unheard of at the time, but WBLS was mostly featuring music from artists of the Queens location, and they were from the Bronx. The rejection didn't sit well with them, but what really added fuel to the fire was when MC Sean of the group known as the Juice Crew made a track titled The Bridge, in which it featured lyrics which are now said were misinterpreted as saying Queensbridge was where hip-hop originated. KRS-One took offense to this claim, so he, Scott,
the first troll,
Jones, better known as D-Nice, formed the group Boogie Down Productions and fired back with the track South Bronx.
Choose it.
Boy,
Boy.
South Bronx. Oh, man, when I first heard this, man.
So you think that hip hop had its start out in Queensbridge?
What are they talking about? I didn't even know the borough.
Yeah, at all. I'm just singing the South Bronx.
Man, at the beat.
This will be the start of what will become the Bridge Wars. South Bronx put Boogie Down Productions on the map.
It sure
By
did.
1987, they released their debut album titled Criminal Minded. Things were looking up
Look at that color
at the time.
Y'all can call it what y'all want.
However, life took a tragic turn.
Man, I just started my junior
That
year,
night,
bro. Literally,
On August
like first, second
27,
day of school.
1987, just days before Boogie Down Productions were to perform at Madison Square Garden, Scott gets a call from D Nice asking for help because he got into it with some guys upset with him about talking to one of their ex-girlfriends. So Scott, along with a couple of others, came in a Jeep to the Highbridge Homes project, where, using his people skills as a social worker, he was able to help defuse the situation. Or at least it was thought so. Because upon leaving, bullets began to spray the Jeep, and Scott was struck in the back of the head and the neck. He was rushed to Lincoln Hospital.
I didn't hear about him getting hit
sadly,
twice.
He passed away on the operating room. His death was announced to the public via a radio station, and eventually, as time went by, 2 people were arrested. But lacking any substantial evidence or any witnesses coming forward to testify,
and then they took off.
They were acquitted.
Chris,
making Scott
all that
LaRock
press,
one of the many famous unsolved cases. Scott
his
leaves
death
behind a son,
actually
Scott LaRock Jr.
put attention on hip hop
and
around
a
the world.
Very peaceful legacy that was
He
cut
helped
down
take it global.
way too early.
His sacrifice.
Over petty beef. He was 25 years old. I'm Psycho Rick saying until next time.
Man, we
Thanks
could have
for
did this
watching.
next Tuesday, bro. I should have did this next Tuesday. That would have been his birthday. Wow. Man. Wow. So we got A said Omni said, I have Saint on deck. What's he mean by that? The movie?
He said
TV
what?
show? He has Saint on deck. Maybe he's talking about the TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe so. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Self? Did you learn anything or Spirit telling you something?
He was seemed like it was a setup. I don't know if D Nice was a part of it or not or whatever, but it just feels
weird, the timing of it, because you've seen, we don't want to tell because we've seen other videos that we're going to play, right? But
yeah,
the timing of it, because the timing was right around them, the disputes with the contract. The timing of it was weird, because even Self, that's like you telling Scott LaRock, that's like you telling me, man, 9, come on, man, we got a show tomorrow. You know what I mean? Tell dude to jump in the cab and come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, the timing of it was super duper weird, bro.
Yeah.
It was like what you said at the top of the show, right when they're about to blow up, right when it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that trajectory and own the music. So
They put a battery pack on it. Yeah.
Nobody can do.
Yeah.
It does. Every time any artist dies, their catalog explodes, especially great ones.
Well, you know what? That's the song we'll use if Diddy isn't all, P. Diddy isn't all up his crawl for this series when we run our promos. You're nobody till somebody kills you. Because Biggie, artfully laid that out there.
Yeah.
You're nobody till somebody kills you. I mean, let's think about it. Would Dr. King be no different than Jesse Jackson and my man that has the conch in his hair? What's his name? I mean, seriously, would Dr. King have been like Bobby Rush, where he had become a senator and sat over there and got bloated? And rest Dr. King. I'm saying Malcolm X,
Right.
all of them.
I don't,
because it seems to happen to all of them.
Well, the ones that get killed, kind of change
Correct.
other people's opinion of what they should do to try to,
So once you can't be an agent for the Illumabooty, once you deny it or tell them you're not playing that game, right? So then they want to whack you. I would suggest to some of our warriors to pretend like they're playing the game and be hybrids, right?
Yeah. Spooked by
as
the
long
door.
as possible. Yeah. Yes. As long as possible, and be giving the nation information. They're investigating you. You know what I'm saying? And they want us to do crimes, stuff like that. So, and I'd be wired I'd be wired with my conversations with the government, Self. You know what I mean?
Man,
Yeah.
you better be.
Uh-huh. Go viral. You know, so
it's
oh, he said he's got a gym. Okay. I think it's called the Saint. It may coat your life if you don't bend. All right. So yeah. You guys like, share, subscribe, right, Self?
Yes, please help us get to where we're going. We're growing this thing organically and doing it the right way. Ain't no fake likes or
Man,
shares.
none of that.
Or viewers, none of that.
Nope.
So we appreciate you being here. And I know we might seem like we're preaching to the choir, but we always got new people in here, and we need you to like, share, and subscribe and spread it far and wide.
And we're really proud of our growth. Our nation is growing. Self Love and I, we can't move the needle. We won't even attempt to move the needle until we get to 9,999 subscribers, in which case we're going to spark change in that city of Chicago that can and will and should change the world. But I really don't care about the world. We're going local. So these are the things we're doing. We got different things set up at different tiers, 500. My wife and I, we're jumping out of the airplane. I think 999 subscribers. We're going to sit down with the wife and interview her. We've got different tiers and things that Self Love and I have got set up. And so we need the subscriptions because it doesn't cost anyone anything to subscribe to the channel. We are shadow banned. Yeah. Right now we are under shadow ban. I would say probably only 20% of our subs are getting the notifications. YouTube, they can't send out all the notifications. At least they claim they can't. So they're going to distribute them and divvy them up. So that's why it's important that you guys take the time to, share these links, as Self Love was mentioning on the last show, in the comments, or if you can, text to 424-900-6945, your email address. That's 424-900-6945. That's my secure line. And we'll have your email address, and Self Love I can get you the alerts out. And the only alerts we'll send out is when we go live, when the Self Love Show goes live. I mean, anything else on TATN, we won't inundate you. But we'll definitely